So Plata, possibly one of the most underrated moves in BJJ, specifically in the no-gi, where we get a lot of the attacks because they're trying to push us down and hold us down. They don't have the gi grips. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to talk you through how to do the Plata first of all. This is a really like a slow motion, and this will get the motion going so everyone understands kind of what we're trying to accomplish. I'm just going to go to Steve inside my guard, please. And the way I got taught it was, let's say for argument's sake, I cut Steve's arm off and throw it around the back from here. So I've only got one arm to focus on. Does that kind of make sense? But what's happening is from here is I can't get the arm across the body, so he's kind of keeping it on this side. If the arm goes across the body, we're looking at the arm bar of the triangle. On this side here, we can't. So I'm going to do two things. First of all, I do like to grab hold of the leg, and this means that I can pull my head to his knee. But I've got to try and keep my back on the ground, so I'm not rolling sideways. I'm trying to come through. Now, to make it easier, to make my hip so that my hip doesn't dip, is I'll put my leg up, and I'll basically pull myself around and go to the position. So if you're not, if you can't kind of spin because you can't spin, I don't know how to explain that any other way. So what I found is here, so come under, leg goes high, just walk. Just walk your leg, trap it so it's held nice and deep. And once we've trapped it, we're going to slowly just put our leg forward to put our partner's face and shoulder onto the ground. And again. So start position, just going to have one hand in so we know what arm to focus on. So hand goes under, leg goes up. If you want, you can kick off the hip as well. It doesn't make a difference. And walk. Okay. Trap it so that it's nice and tight inside here. Slowly put my hamstring and my calf onto the ground while I'm holding this. And that's where we want to be. Okay. Just warm up that glass. 1, 2, 3. The next part to make this a little bit more realistic on how we attack the arm and how we attack the Plata is we're going to go off them engaging a guard pass, and it's generally, we will do a high level where they're standing, but we're just going to go low level pass at the moment. Just grab squish please inside my guard. So I've got the closed guard and squish starts to initiate the guard pass, so she's already kind of taken the one arm out of the equation. Does that kind of make sense? So I know that this is the arm that I want on my Plata. So what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to deal with this in grip break, is I'm going to extend, bring my leg up, and walk. Watch again. So they're doing the right thing. They're passing my guard, right? And even if the elbow's on the inside from here, right, is I go 1 and 2, making sure that my heel is on the inside. I don't want my heel on the back side. That's not a backside. No, it's not a backside. I want this side of the face. Okay. Now, I'm going to be quite nice. I apply downwards pressure to kick my leg out. I don't kick that way because that gives them the freedom to be able to pull the arm out. So I put downwards pressure, so it's harder for them to get the arm out. And this is if they're holding my foot, like if they've got a really good grip on my foot. So I put that down, apply pressure, and I can kick out. So again. Off the Plata, right, so off the guard pass. So from here, number 1 is just bring my leg up, so that opens up the space. More importantly, it allows my leg to come up behind. Foot goes in front, foot goes down, kick. And once we get to here, slowly put your hamstring and your heel on the ground to lock them into position. Would you like to see that? Yeah. Okay. Emma, can I grab you on your good shoulders? So it'll be full guard, and they start to initiate the guard pass from here. So one of the things I see is people fight for me, and this would be that, okay, my guard's open and I'm losing the position. So I open up the gate of my hips, and if you're not flexible, you don't have to bring out this far. The part now is that because the angle of her body, this makes it really easy for my knee to come up behind and trap. But I need this in nice and tight so that Emma can't pull the shoulder out. And if Emma does have hold of my other foot, on go is I kind of put my foot down, and that's a kicking mechanic. So if they do hold on to it, it's almost like I kill more of them, because it's like that, right? And if, I'm not going to do it, but if they hold on to your foot and you're having a lot of trouble, sorry, bring your foot over and try and lasso underneath, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the shoulder here. So now you can kick out, come back through. Once again, guys, just a finishing mechanic is ideally right now, the way for Emma to pull arm out is just to pull the arm out forward. So I really need to close this gap up. So what I'm doing is my heel goes down, so I'm locking in position, and then I'm slowly, I'm not going like that, because that's almost engaging them to come out of it. I'm putting my foot on the ground, so there's no space, and then I'm extending, and that's going to make the roll a lot better. So put your foot on the ground, then kick. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
So we're just going to have a look at the reason why why my partner wants to get their hamstrings flat to the ground as fast as they can, instead of going to the triangle position and crossing their legs. So we'll go nice and slow, and pass the guards out the inside, but I'm doing really good from here. And my hips on the plata, right, and I'm like this. So first thing I do, I put my head on the ground, and I lift my hips high. I step, and I pass. There we go. And the only reason I can do this is because that you're not locking my shoulder to the ground, so I can TP. So on the omoplata, anytime that I get hit to the omoplata, first thing I do is I put my head on the ground. Second thing that I do is I try and go TP, and what I like to do is I like to bring my legs up. So I'm kind of like almost doing like a handstand, so that like it's harder for my partner to catch my legs. I'll step, pass go. You don't have to do the handstand, but it looks freaking cool if you do. So the reason being is I've got to step over, because Emma's going to try and stop me from stepping over. So it's easy to come that way than that way. So, because if I go here, omoplata, head goes down, TP, and I can't step over, you know, I'm in a work hurt. But if I can kind of almost roll to come over, it's still countering the omoplata. I'm still countering the omoplata. My elbow is deep enough that it's not the armbar. So I'm just going to reverse engineer it, just so we understand that. Ready? So just reverse engineer it, okay? So if we're in the omoplata, from here, head goes low, hip. So what I do is I slow my head low, and I drag my hips forward. So I'm trying to come out nice a bit. So I'm trying to slide past the knee line. Legs go down and turn, and I should be in go past mode. Like both of these have pros and cons. If you're not acrobatic and you can't do the headstand, then obviously you can't do the pass when you do the slide. Ideally, if you can, just simply step over your partner's head. That's the best option. Okay, change partners. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that. So understanding that the majority or one of the major counters to the omoplata is to step over. As long as we understand that is there are a couple of other ones, but that's the major one. And I kind of want to go like, you know, this is 80% of the time we hit an omoplata, they're going to try and step over. Right, so, you know, like if you kind of go 3% of the time they do this, I don't think it's worth training for that, because it doesn't come up enough to warrant spending a bit of time on. So we're just going to grab Steve on this one, and we're going to go to the omoplata. And understanding that I realised that the most common defence for Steve is to try and step over my head or walk over my body. Okay, so what I'm seeing is when we're doing the omoplata, if you're missing that elbow joint, what's happening is as Steve pushes the leg down, our arms on, and we're kind of getting to here. So what I try to do is I try and bring my knee up nice and high to bring the shoulder to meet, to trap it in. Does that kind of make sense? So it's very hard for him, and now as my foot comes on the inside, it's definitely set up. If you're not flexible with the hips like this, just train more. Walk, walk, just grab my partner's waist. As my partner goes to step over, grab him. So the reason why I grab the waist is that he's trying to get his hips higher than me, and I'm attached to him, so he has to carry my weight. And the more that he lifts up, the more I'm just going to roll with him as well. The option to grab the leg set, which we're going to have a look at in a second as well, I just found for me, I found getting the waist was a lot easier to get access to than grabbing the leg. And it's just under, so the mechanic once again is, so if you're having trouble, cut the angle a little bit, try and put your knee to the armpit and just try and bring your foot in front. Here, now watch this, it's just going under. So I'm kind of going, hey, come here. And he's going to step, as he steps, I just roll, and I want to sit as heavy as I can on the shoulder. Okay, first things first, wrist lock. It's just here. Like, honestly, it's the most easiest submission you're ever going to get, is wrist lock. If my partner holds their hands together, which is the most common defense, okay, I'm not going to fight it. In fact, a lot of time they're going to try and push, so I'm going to go with him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my back on the ground on the far side. So I'm going to put my back on the ground on the far side. So I'm going to lay here. He goes, ha, rolls him over, and I end up pretty much in a really deep omoplata. The second thing about it is, because his hands are committed, he can't stop it. This is really horrible. Now, are you okay there, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, so this comes on really fast. Hold, slowly put my hamstring, and that's pretty much where I'm not going to go past that. Right, so if I get to here and my partner's not tapping, I'm going to loosen this right off, is I go back. So can I just get that camera back a little bit so it doesn't, yeah. So I go back step to a pendulum. So I can now bring my foot underneath this gap. You're never going to, because you're going to snap the shoulder. But let's just say, like let's just say I've released his arm. If his arm was still there, I have this ability to pendulum all the way through. Imagine if your arm is in there. Yeah, I don't care how flexible you are. I'm taking your arm home with me. You know what I mean? So what I find and I'm going to make this really, I've loosened this off a lot. Right, is when I find I'm here, I'm really restricted how I can move because I've locked myself into position. Where if I go here, you okay, Steve?
Yep.
And I go post and put my weight on my partner. So this leg can now pendulum.
So you don't worry about moving the hand onto your inside?
I'm being really nice. So the hand would normally be here.
Okay, yeah, sorry,
Yeah, but I don't want to do it to Steve because we've got to swim tomorrow morning. And look, if the arm does travel here, I go, so it's really easy, is I open the gate up, I push his hamstring down, I just go straight to his neck and go to the back to choke. So I'm on the back control anyway. But ideally, you okay there, Steve?
Yep.
So ideally, we're here. So I've got the position. I go back step, throw my weight onto my partner's back as hard as I can, and slowly pendulum. It's actually really hard for my partner because the other arm's pinned underneath the body as well. So it's quite a, for him, it's a really dead position to get out of. Okay, so let's have a look at JP. How's your shoulders, buddy?
One's good, one's bad.
I'll let you have a guess. 50-50.
Take your pick.
Oh, you give me the other side.
I don't mind.
No, I don't mind the other one. It's okay. Which shoulder's your bad shoulder? I'll check that
It's
one
not
out.
bad, it just doesn't have much mobility, am I right?
Okay, so swap around.
I was hoping
So we're
for a
going on the
stretch.
other side. Okay. So what it's going is this is I move out, my knee goes behind, I bring it up, put my foot in front, omoplata, go underneath the waist, carry my partner over and sit. Once again, can just change that camera just so it's on my pretty face. Cool. 9 out of 10 times they're going to go, I'm going to omoplata, they hold their hands together. So just think that's what it says. I'm going to put my head near his hip and put my back on the ground. So I just kind of go, oh, you're rolling me over. He goes, aha, I'm rolling him over, rolls over, and I'm pretty much just straight on omoplata. And like I said, like this. Yeah, and like I can access his neck, his head, can do whatever I want from here. Really, it's quite a cool position. You okay, step out, put my weight onto his back and just pinch him. Okay. When you do this, honestly, man, there is zero movement in the shoulder. But when it's zero movement, so this would be the most ideal finishing position for the shoulder lock or the omoplata. Please be careful with each other. Okay, especially if you've been doing these sessions all week with me, your shoulders are going to be really loose and they're feeling great, or fucking tight. So, well, other way. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Watch. So we've got the motor. I'm going to go this way. Okay. It makes it better. So open up the gates, Mike. Which way do you want to go? So we're going to take that one. Yeah. Okay. So here, let's go off the side a little bit. My knee comes through, so I'm driving my knee in. On the Plata. If her head's down, I'm going to go straight through her face. Just same. If the head's down, just go straight through. Boom, straight through. Now what I'm saying is, it's not over, because that's a holding the I'm going under. So I'm carrying them. I'm under, and I can body lock. So when I put them down, I'm super tight to them. There's no space. They cut their hands together. Right, and as she rolls me, I'm just going to go with them. Here. Take the big step, drag. Thank you. Now, sorry, baby, okay?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Because they normally have their hands together, they got zero. Like their hands together, they can't tap, and they're actually locking their shoulders. So this is better for me. If they let go, that's when they go, I'm not going to do it, but you go to the pendulum. So, are you going to go with me, baby?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now sit up. So we're going under, and I'm keeping my head not here, head high. And as I step, I just simply kick my leg, and I've got this really nice turnover position. So I can parry the head if I need to parry the head, and I tap my leg out, drop in the valley. Boom. And I normally just go straight away. I'll walk backwards anyway. So I won't even wait for them. I'll just walk backwards over and finish the position. Elbow over the top, hands to the ground, and D, D, D. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
What do you ever worry about the triangle?
No, I've got that. No, that'll finish that over the triangle any day. Yeah. I'll give you probably, I'll hit the triangle, but. So the black hole or the crucifix, so just going to grab JP nice and light, and we're just going to, it's exactly the same thing, so we're not changing too much, it's just a re-roll. So I'm going to re-roll the opposite side. So once again, as I hit the omoplata from here, make sure I'm shooting underneath as deep as I can, keep my legs straight. Roll. What I'm doing this time is I'm going to dive back under from here. So last time we were going over the body. This time I dive under, and I'm trying to get my hand as deep as I can. I sit up, and here we go, straight into the black hole position.
We are again.
Yeah. For me, to finish my partner, I'll put, you're okay with the JP,
Yeah.
I'm going to loosen that off just
Crank
a bit.
that neck.
Okay. Well, you know, you've got your 10 partner neck crank sheet if you want to do that. But I'm going to put this shoulder onto the ground. I now pull this shoulder in. I know I actually haven't put it on the ground, so there's still room to play. Right, so I lock that shoulder, and what I'm doing is I'm crushing the shoulders in to get my finish. So again, nice and light. So Plata, and this is a really nice flow drill. If I can make this part of it so we're here, kick the hip, boom, omoplata, roll, boom, boom, and I'm pretty much here. And he's like, what just happened? No. So it's a really nice transition to go to the black hole or to the crucifix on the back. Okay. If you want to try it, you're most welcome to. We're going to go 2 minutes just drilling out the moves again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Steve. Full guard. Okay. Now, Mum, cross grip. Okay. Cross grip. Raise my hips. Shoot my hand under. offside, boom. Now he can't step over. I've already got the leg. So this for me is like, okay, well, you know, so now when I put him down, sit here, slide, so we can go slide, switch, and straight to my armbar. And again. So this will be that I'm forcing the omoplata instead of last time them passing the guard omoplata. I'm forcing it. So cross grip, and they're actually going to go, man, I want a grip break. So as I pull the hand backwards, that's when I come under. Kick, now the hands, I'm going to bring my legs back through it. Okay, omoplata, now this is the hard part. Kick and hand to your head. So I'm basically carrying him, kick and hand to the head. So I'm carrying him, okay, land, boom. Drive long, switch, cut the head. So my partner tries to sit up. Wrist lock. Don't bring your leg over. There's no need to. Keep it here. Because he can't sit up. So the only reason I bring that over is to stop him from sitting out. He can't sit up. So what I like to do from here is this one, bring my hips out to the side and now lock it in so it's tight. So bring my hips out to the side, lock it in. So there's zero room for him to move now. Okay. Is that one okay? I would like to see it again. Hands up, you want to see it again? Okay. Alan, come here. You're the only Alan in the class. I think.
I think in Australia.
Cross grip. Now, it's almost like I go, ha ha, and he goes, no, I want my arm back. As he gets my arm back, that gives me the space. Right? Kick through and omoplata. Now, make sure, okay, if he falls over, this is your arm bar. So we're going to kind of bet on him trying to step over me. So that's, watch your neck, you then break your neck. Let's go back here. So, omoplata, here, and now, we already worked out my partner generally want to step over me. So, because I've got this, I kind of carry it over. Hardest part, I'm going to hold it. I'm spin around a little bit, Alan. So I keep hold, watch, dive long, spin away from my partner, pop. Knee squeeze, if he sits up, now sit up. Okay, watch. Feet, turn. Now the arm bar's on. Here, the angle's slightly wrong for me to get the arm bar a little bit. I can, but I like to go is walk my feet away, turn the angle. And now the arm bar's pretty good. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks, Ryan. Good work, mate.